5 a.m. and it's usually what time I get up. Otherwise, it might be a little bit earlier depending on weather. Sometimes due to snow, ice, road conditions, it'll be a little bit earlier. Our transportation director, Karen Girardi, will give me a buzz about 4:30 in the morning. Usually I try to get into the office by about 6:15 or 6:30. It's a great start of the day because I can get a lot done before the school day gets started. We have been married almost 19 years now. We have a son, Mason, who is a junior at Mentor High School, and a daughter, Jessica, who's an 8th grader at Memorial. And you would think that there'd be some resistance to that, and actually there wasn't. I think the only negative, and if it is a negative, is they were just surprised because it wasn't like we were looking to move or to get out. So they've adapted well. They were both in activities prior to school starting. My daughter is in cheerleading. My son was in cross country, so they got to meet some new friends here in Mentor before the school year started. So that really helped. Huge Springsteen fan, have been since the mid-'80s. 4 concerts. Latest was just with my son in Pittsburgh a few months ago. I attended St. Xavier High School down in Cincinnati, born and raised in Cincinnati, Reds Bengal fan, sorry. And I went to the University of Cincinnati for my undergrad and for my master's.
Tell me who you are and what your school is and what's happening.
Mike Lynch, I'm the principal here at Lake Elementary, and we were nominated by our PTA president as a Hall of Fame school, which is the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators. They give that award, and so we had to complete a 12-page document that kind of highlighted everything that goes on at our school. We sent it into the association, and then we were one of 2 schools selected. We had to meet a certain criteria. We were one of the top 2 schools selected, and so they're here for a site visit and to interview parents, teachers, community members, as well as the superintendent and the assistant superintendent to talk about the school.
Perfect.
So we got them out of the dumpster. They had carpeting. They were ripped up. They had carpeting on the end. We took them apart, painted them all, gave it a blank surface, which was just this paint.
Okay. I think any success we have as a school district is directly tied to 2 things. One would be the parents and their support at home, and the second, and almost as equal of a factor, would be the staff that we have, teachers and the certified and classified staff that get our kids ready every day to be the best learners that they can be. And you can see that a little bit in the classrooms here at Lake Elementary, but in all our schools. And I've been blessed and inherited a fantastic staff, and I think that helps. And I think our community appreciates that and has seen the value in that. I was a teacher at a school district called Oak Hill Schools, which is a suburb just the west side of Cincinnati. Taught for 5 years, 3rd grade, 5 years of teaching. I was a principal in Salina for 5 years. After being a principal for 5 years, I moved over to central office. I was curriculum director, special ed director, and quasi-assistant superintendent for a year, and then became superintendent after the superintendent in Salina retired, and I was superintendent in Salina schools for 7 years. And then got a call about the position here in Mentor, and was lucky enough and fortunate enough and blessed enough to get the position. We're taking a look at, we have like a pilot classroom we're starting. He's going to talk a little bit about what he's done.
Okay.
And we're looking at incorporating some of his ideas into what our teachers do. And it's kind of the kickoff or start off of our blended classroom idea. We have 2 levy renewals that'll be up on May 7th. One of the levies is a permanent improvement levy, which brings in just over $1 million to the district for permanent improvements, and that's buildings and grounds. And we have 14 schools plus the administrative office and the service building. So that's a lot of buildings, and those dollars are essential to keep us operating. We have to use some general fund dollars at times because that's just not enough to cover. At Mentor Schools, what we want to focus on in the next few years is getting our kids ready for career and college readiness. I think we need to shift the focus from here's what we expect of kids, and we need to flip that around and talk about how can we make kids successful? What are they interested in? What do they want to do? Let's find a way to get them there.
Say hi to Mr. Miller.
Hi, Mr.
Hi,
Miller.
Evan.
Hey, can you say
outside?
Hey, you have lots of hair.
What?
lots of hair?
Lots of hair? Hey, Mr. Winslow.